they went to their first drone shows. The drone shows are neat, and they do a firework, and it comes in the shape of a whatever it needs to be in.
We need a firework drone show where we try to shoot the drones out of the air with fireworks.
I mean, I guess it could be done. That may be the fundraiser we were talking about.
Yeah.
I love fireworks. I love to shoot them off. I love to watch them. I don't necessarily like to pay for them, but we do. I have had one incident where I was putting a few fireworks in, one of the tubes, and they said, I knocked it over. I we're still friends. They pop over here. I don't know. It blows up, and I'm not kidding. You think it's done, and it's like pew pew pew, and they're like, "What just happened?" It's amazing.
Yeah. Facebook Live, maybe they might have got that. Hopefully, nobody driving to work got to get shot at because you weren't. It was just Misty doing fireworks impersonation. So 4th of July again. I hope Najee Harris.
This is a remix.
Hope Najee Harris is back and ready to roll for that. Like you wouldn't think it's a big deal, but it's probably the best thing. Yeah, like the game last night. They're not done. They played the Lakers. James was in the Lakers as well. Block and had the assist for the kick out to help the Mavs win their rookie league game. We talked about this when he got drafted. How much pressure is on this kid?
Oh, a lot.
It's tough because it's a rapid fire. No offense to you, or maybe it was inspired by yours. But can you think of a more pressured rookie in any sport since when?
Oh, well, I don't know exactly who, I'm not sure, but almost any NFL 1-1 quarterback is basically in the same similar situation. But I don't know, the pressure base, right off the bat, I think.
College sports. I mean, I think it's not just the pros. I mean, in college, it's like, arch. I mean, just who's going to do what. And so yeah.
I think that is interesting.
I would say, to me, I mean, that you represent.
Interesting when going into this upcoming season, that artists have quite a bit of pressure on him because of his last name, the university he goes to, because Quentin, and we'll talk as we get closer to the NFL season, why I think Quentin Ewers may have fell into the best even thought he would have. But, I'm recency biased. I had a lot of pressure on me season, even into the WNBA. You mentioned he's having to replace an icon in the DFW area, a franchise face of the league guy who's now gone even more franchise in the Lakers. So I think it'll be interesting to see how Cooper does. But if you're a network, it's perfect because you don't have a lot going on. So you can focus and talk about this #1 draft. And they were showing last night, we were eating dinner. Mark Cuban was there, Kyrie Irving, obviously on his bad leg. Jason Kidd was there. Everybody's in this place watching this kid to see if he delivers. He was over 5 from the threes, didn't shoot very well, was 5 of 21, but had a big play with the block
He had a good jam too.
Yeah, he
So-
had one of his 5 buckets made was a dunk.
Yeah,
But he had the block that basically go down and hit the shot that eventually was the game winner. It's going to be interesting to see kind of pressure we have. About, he reminds me of should pressure him. There's a lot of people in that situation. It had like his debut, of course. It was, normally roll into baseball. What was going to be the normal headline report? Big 12 media days were this past go. A lot of noise. Franchising school because all the measurements that have been going there. Listen to a guy this week that's a big part of that. We'll talk about that. But he's more Abilene online.com is where you can find whatever you need with Lawrence Hall. Check them out. When we come back, Big 12 media days, and there's a lot of pressure.
You said something about, you're going to talk about the Monte Turtle. Got a
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't know that. I saw somebody send me an article this morning. Apparently, he had to be back in Saturday. I didn't know he had picked up the team. Did you know that?
I probably did at one point. I'm celebrating his graduation. I'm going to get out of here at like 8.
Well,
I got it.
we're going to end it. We're going to send it into a little before 9 because I've got to go rotate for a few minutes.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
But I mean, I'm right across the street, obviously, but I had a 9 o'clock appointment, so it's just, I don't mind rolling in right as the guy walks in the door, but I don't want having. It's really fun. Oh,
Cool. For during my segment.
That's cool. As she leaves and goes to the other school.
Yep, that's the joke. Like, well, cool. I got it on the way out, but you know, such a they can listen to us.
I told you, I like more than racing friends. In the like, top 10. Watch them play for 2 weeks and then do the rankings.
Yeah, don't pre-fly them.
Well, because you see it every year, because like last year, like what, it was Florida State that lost 2 games in a row to start the season, and they started in the top 10, right?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Florida State, wasn't it Florida State last year that started in the top 10 and lost their first 2 games?
I think,
And Arizona
It was, yeah.
State picked last to win the Big 12 and won it.
yes, yeah. It's like,
And the reason why I think that's like, and we've talked about it, but the reason that bothers me so bad is those 2 teams that beat Florida State, at least the first one, just shot them. You know, but through the years, they're like,
for a while.
and then I don't know what the next one was. Oh, man, Georgia Tech beat them. And
Sports life and everything in between. We are college football is right around the corner, and you know it is. We're with media start this past week there at the start in Frisco, but America team in America, the teams that are in their conference. That team. Well, but the big we heard from McGuire, the head coach of Texas Tech, talking about expectations, talking about what expected for this year. Maybe you did listen to the show. If you should have no preseason ranking. It's just here's the teams in the Big 12. But we'll see what last year they won the conference history, and now we know about Kansas, all the things. But in the Big 12, the expectations are heading into Tech has a huge amount of problem. Misty, I'll start with you. Why do you think they have a huge target and expectation?
Oh gosh, I don't know what subject we're talking about. Are you going softball here?
No, football. We're in football.
I mean, definitely going to have to do with money.
There you go. Josh, you want to guess?
well, that's it.
It's $55 million worth of profit. And now that $55 million isn't only football, but they are the highest amount of collective in the country. In that, a lot of that money is going to go toward the football program. A lot of that money is going to go toward, they have one of the best classes from the portal, the best classes money can buy, because of Cody Kimball, who on his involvement and what he wants to see happen and why he is a guy that is well for himself. You're not able to create and be a big part of the $55 million investment, if you will, into your alma mater if you're not done well. So in all this, the Big 12 is taking place, and it's interesting to me, there is not a big, I mean, what's the big school? What is the big school in the Big 12? In years past, it was Texas and OU. Who is that now? Is there one? I mean, Arizona State was in won the Big 12 last year. Who is the name? What is the Cowboys of the Big 12? Who is the Alabama? Who is the 12? And now you've escalated up because of large amount of money. Very interesting trend. Because I don't know if there is a Kentucky if you were to line them up.
No, I agree with you completely, because they always were, because obviously there's been plenty of years that either Texas or Oklahoma won the Big 12 when the Big 12 was kind of, but there is no true blue blood left, like that. That is just the nature of it, and conversation having a lot of I haven't done anything recently, but a long-term history of success, kind of a but that's that means that which is good for the schools that are involved, and it leaves the board trying to pick the way open, and we'll see how it goes. But money doesn't buy happiness. I'm not sure that it can buy wins in football either, but we'll try to.
I'm hoping it does. Yeah.
Well, when you start looking at the conference, and I'm looking at the landscape of it, you had a number. Where I wrote that down, you had the Texas base. There was such a heavy set Texas base, but now it's kind of not. You have Texas, TCU, Houston. I just think it's an interesting looking at the one hit one. Can Texas Tech live up to the dollar amount? Start looking at these schools. Scott Frost, UCF, the last time he was there, they were undefeated. They were saying, hey, we should be the national champions. We make our own band. He goes to Nebraska, sits out. There's a lot of storyline. Then the other one, I'll throw it out. I'm going to get over. It's not going to but out because it should be. Who else do you think has interesting pressure?
In the Big 12? I don't know what he said.
I told her.
I mean, Houston?
You know what I'm talking about? Deal.
Oh, I'm not thinking about.
Can he keep it rolling without?
Yeah,
without
I wasn't.
His boy.
I wasn't thinking about Dion.
I also put Dion like now he's captain in football. So it's like when he's doing his thing, like football work, and now I guess money's not flowing to him like it is other places. So now we need a salary cap.
Well, so I was traveling from Adelaide. In the afternoon, I was anyway. So when they started to the press conference, one of the things he talked about, they said, "So your thoughts about Joey?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, Joey's got some money." He talked about how it's everybody. So we tried, what you were saying, Josh, trying to turn it away of what he did.
It reminded me of something that Nick Saban would do.
They're both in those insurance.
Yes, they are. Because if you remember, Nick Saban is the one that wanted to outlaw the not the hurry up, said it was for injury concerns, and there might be some truth in that, but at the same time, it's like Alabama did the old school Alabama thing, and suddenly when offense figured out they could just go fast, it was hard to need outlaw going fast. Just
look at the Big 12. Like I said, if I were to go to the state now, March, can he turn Alabama back to what it was? you in the side sport. Is David Aranda and Baylor compete in this money, in this league of bringing people to? I mean, because we always said, how do you recruit Lubbock, Texas? Well, Cody Campbell's figured it out. It's called vending. How do you recruit Waco, Texas? And I just look at all this group, and Houston's one of those where we always how they, and then I think last year they were awful at Oklahoma State. The Big 12 is going to be it could be like it is in basketball, where every night, every Saturday is a battle on just trying to survive. Will there be somebody that limps away, or will somebody be good enough? Will the team that Texas Tech have be good enough to really take off and run with this thing?
Well, the thing that you mentioned, how does Baylor compete? And like one thing that Baylor has a quarterback that's played a lot of games, and I think it's pretty good. And so that Baylor has some more stability in that than some other schools do. Now, whether how that plays out, I'm not sure. But the thing with the new like free agency, basically, you still have to get together and do and make fun. I'm not saying that you can't to get this guy and that guy not come in and beat that. That could definitely happen, but that's not guaranteed. That guy that I guess it was Tech. I can't remember the name of the offensive lineman that was set the new record for a freshman IL deal or whatever. That just got out of high school. Yeah, you don't know how that's going to play out. He could be straight into the first round of the NFL in 2 years. You don't know, but at the same time,
or he could be a bust.
He could be a bust.
Because you think about it, we see that.
You see it in the NFL.
You used to see that in the NFL where that draft, and I know we always go back to Jamarcus Russell, like college football, not in the NFL yet, and he got paid 40, 50 million. Now you're going to see that because of it. It's going to be interesting. Back to Tech. Tech doesn't have anybody tough in their non-conference.
Right. And that, I think that's probably it could be for other schools that are trying to every team is now, though, and that's one of those things. It's a dichotomy, really, because of the way that the playoffs are. If you win your those conferences, so there's less stress in the season games. They'll still get in just by winning your conference, but at the same time, your team is as you're going into the season, and that's not the traditional way things have been. You were like, okay, we're bringing back 12 guys from the offensive side of the ball and 9 from the defensive side. Starters. Now these are backups that we've had for 2 years that are now going to start, and all of that, and that's all just out the window. So playing some cupcakes may be the way that you get that gel.
And then it'll be like, oh, all you did was win against Cupcakes. Well, congratulations.
They're always lose games.
For sure.
But see, Baylor, I know we got to go to commercial break, Mark. Tech, the Big 12 comp going to be a tough schedule. They go to you. They have Baylor is they're not playing each other. They're not playing TCU. And so you have all these, but then you got Baylor. I don't know if you're looking it up now, but Baylor opens up with Auburn.
Yeah, they open with Auburn. Right.
I mean, that's an SEC. Auburn's not what they were a few years ago, but it's still, you're opening up with an SEC opponent, not Arkansas Pine Bluff, which is who Tech comes up with. I just think it's going to be interesting. We'll talk more next week as the other schools start at, of course, at the ACC for the first time. You're going to have Bill Belichick. We'll talk later about which football coaches have the most college or NFL. You have your choice on that. But when we come back, a guy that is leading, helping lead all the Texas high school coaches, the director of the Texas high school coaches, right after this.
Didn't have time to say what we're talking about. All of that, we're talking about that other thing. The pre-sale build together all the game. So some different graduates there, but I get the alumni and you could have gotten the tickets like a few days early, it's just whatever. And they're having this big like blackouts, Friday night game, end of August against Auburn, and the cheapest tickets. And this isn't like on the scalp market.
Oh, you should be. So for y'all, is school back in San Antonio? Where is it at this year? So has the rotation changed much? I mean, I know used to it was kind of. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, because my first job when I coached at Dimmitt was the only time that Houston, and we had such a large new staff and getaway, and then it was always San Antonio and Fort Worth that we went to. And so, and then of course TABC. Where do y'all have it there at the convention center, or where do y'all have it at? Yeah, of course, I've always thought San Antonio was the place that could just, there are plenty of family things if they bring the whole family staff, or yeah. I've always thought that. My last year of coaching was 2011. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Right. Okay. Welcome back to the Hodgepodge Sports Life and everything in between. When you hear that, it's time for our Big Country Electric My Town segment, brought to you by Big Country Electric Cooperative. taking care of their members each and every day, Roby Snyder at Stanford. And we normally highlight the local player coacher program. Today, we are highlighting a guy that's helping take care of all the coaches in the state of Texas. Joining us on our pest control phone line, the executive director of the Texas High School Coaches Association, Coach Joe Martin. Coach, I appreciate you taking time this morning to talk about this great profession. Most former coaches, tell our listeners kind of record before you landed in the spot you're in. Well, and I said, and I saw that outside of our men in the military, but if you will, in Texas coaches. Talk about now leading the profession that is now. Well, and you got your big coaching school coming up this next week away. Talk about what I talked about, how it goes from San Antonio now, because it's the only speaking of hold you guys. Talk about what you guys got coming with this year's coaching school. one of the things that is always a challenge and sometimes is booking, and I would think for some coaches it's great, especially in the college world, to get their face up a program out. How hard is it, speakers for the coaches? Well, and they understand how important Texas high school sports across the board, not just football, are in such a great market to add athletes to their school. And so it's definitely a great place to be. Do you see, we've seen Florida throw it out there. Do you see Texas, can we keep the NIL away? Well, I hope so. I think it's that we don't get any other stuff that, it's a great game. Texas athletics is a period as a whole is such a great thing. And so, but Coach, I appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a busy time of year, is getting ready for the season, through the summer, from workouts to 7-on-7 to there's so much going on. And so I'm very passionate about what y'all do. So I hope y'all have a great and safe and amazing coaching school and a great year of Texas athletics. Well, again, I appreciate it. And again, that's Coach Joe Martin getting ready to have 18,000 visiting the River Walk and to make themselves better, to take that back for Sailor coaching. Coach, appreciate it and have a great clinic. All right, when we come open up Misty's bag. Appreciate it. Sure will.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
All right, Smalls, if you can slide here. When we do the, we're going to come back and do another segment. When we come, which will be good because then you'll be able to answer the question. When we do the interview, I'll check and see if Josh wants to be engraved. We'll put you here and just be loud enough to be to the mic. Because Misty, I think we could put. I can say this because I don't think she can be in and we can share that mic.
Yeah, Josh can hang. I can stay here.
Busy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all right, so y'all had a win last night. Oh, Sherman tried to make.
Yeah, I'm about done for the summer.
Oh, really?
I finished up last weekend, just kind of relaxed, right?
Go to West Virginia.
So, but I know Wendell threw last night and he was damn home, so. Happy for him.
Okay, what are we doing here? Let's see.
He has not yet. I know he's waiting for a little bit longer, playing wise, see if anything else comes up. But
Can you, do you have any information? I got in late. I was supposed to go get some. Do you have information of the wrestling?
About the Tiny Titans? Yes, I'll be. It is the Little Giants Tiny Titans. I got it, so I'll go over it. For the dwarf, they see mulligans. Did you see that? Dwarfinator shell. Near you, this is a travel. I've never heard of it, but I will be attending for sure.
I've seen.
Have you? I've never. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's
they're
funny.
there all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, it's coming to a bar near us. July 19th. Yeah, it's going to be an outdoor show. It starts at 8. So they'll have outdoor bars set up.
Nice and hot.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, oh, steamy. Steamy wrestlers. So, justifying manures is what the flyer says. It sounds terrifying. Sounds like I will not be doing anything involved in
The little person that was boxing, what was that on Bad Santa? Was that what movie that was?
So, know. I can picture it, yes. That movie.
Welcome back to the Hodgepodge. As we get ready to finish hour number 2, appreciate hour number 1. Appreciate Coach Joe Martin joining us in studio to talk about Texas high school coaches and all the things that are happening as the season will be here before we know it, and then get ready for coaching school. Texas High School Coaches Association is such a great group and good stuff, and so appreciate him joining us. But now it's time to have the original, the one and only, in the room to do it back.
Ask. I know y'all missed me because I haven't been here in a few weeks, but were there any bags? Oh, I know y'all missed me. Were there any bags
No.
while I was
Yeah.
on vacation?
It was not anywhere.
That is not accurate.
That
My
was,
bad.
no.
The problem is my memory's not very good, and I can't remember.
See, he can't defend himself, so I'm right. Which is par for the course. So,
I mean,
that-
true.
I tried to tell you the right answer on Coach Prime earlier.
Yeah,
You
I had
wouldn't
to
listen.
turn up my hearing aid over here. I could not hear you.
Just didn't want to say it on air to know that I have done this whole thing.
And we
And,
appreciate
yeah.
we do. Well, I want to start off with giving Morgan King, one of the backbones of Mulligan's. She has received an award, and she is the sub-varsity and middle school track and field 5A, 6A Coach of the Year. So I'm copying Cooper. She earned that at Cooper. Now she is transitioning to Wise. So proud of her. That's just such an honor. To talk of getting Coach of the Year and then actually winning it, that's another situation. So proud of my bestie winning that award. So congrats to Morgan. And so now let's talk about Mulligan's. Seeing this, they are the Extreme Dwarfinators. This is dwarf wrestling, and it is the Little Giants versus. This is happening July. $25 a ticket. At bars will be set up as this will be taking place on the range. Their show at 8 p.m. So I don't know if it says at the many like this.
So they're coming off the top rope. They're doing some pretty cool moves.
I think it's going to be a really fun show. So Mulligans, they're always trying to bring this to Abilene, and so shout out because they're just doing all the things. So with that being said, here is the question of the week. If all humans suddenly lost the ability to lie, what industry would cover? They lost their life situation. They lost the ability to lie.
I mean, it's the easiest politician.
You can't take these away.
I mean, that would be great. Go down. I think that honestly, the mall might go out of business. Lie. If you couldn't lie, money, then
Like
shop would just go out.
like the women lying to their husbands.
Yes. Yeah, you go to Dillard's, you buy something, you spend a little more, you go tell it, it was on sale.
I
See?
saved
No more
$20. I've actually used
The
that
only
before.
thing that would be left in shopping and retail would just be groceries.
So you're saying this would be a wives issue or a husband?
Oh, it's everybody. I'm not saying just wives lie to their husbands. I think it goes both ways. I mean, you probably bought a golf club that maybe you just didn't express how much it costs.
I think women lie more though. Right shopping. I feel like they lie more.
Definitely.
That's the guy. That is the guy. Here's different stories. I think
The
debate.
grocery lie about much. I just had a little.
Laughing about the bar. Because I feel it has done
Your
that.
scenario would ruin life. Like, I agree, it should lie.
But we all lied. I'm not gonna admit we have all lied about
think- and I
this.
think
You might not go home to your spouse and like just straight up lie. I think omission is also a lie. If you, like I said, if you bought a golf and just left out the fact that it cost $400, you know.
And-
Or that you
My golf club, she doesn't know that that driver was different than the one I had last week.
Yeah, and if you don't like joint bank, you're not going to see it.
I mean, there's
There's a lot of have a cheat account, so how would they know?
so that was
Lawyer hours made.
yeah, and that's what politicians do.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are too obvious, but I like where you're going.
Strippers are unemployed.
Yeah, honestly,
Okay.
strippers is a good one, actually.
Wow.
My mind just keeps rolling on like.
No, I'm
Yeah.
loving it. Like,
We-
what
we
else?
need- We need to get to the top of the hour. really quick.
Strippers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, on the strippers though,
Oh, wow.
like, where are you going with this?
All right.
Take a segment, and he's
Yeah.
trying to cut us off.
The dwarfisms are gonna be next day at 8:00. Wrestling, what would your wrestling name be?
Oh my gosh, he never lets us have any fun.
It would be. I
You're
don't know.
you're definitely a titan, but you're not
Titan's
tiny.
No, not tiny. I don't know. I didn't have enough time to think about that.
You can only handle one question a week.
And get certain things up.
Can't do it.
Yeah. I think that's the question as far as what industry struggle. If lying was how to fix it.
You just lost the ability.
Lying, that is just
I think there's some.
a lie. It's a call. It's not a lie.
Then they see the replay and they're like, nope, still sticking to it. I mean,
Hard to understand. It's only a lie if you believe. But I think, but as far as officiating, if they make a call, they made a bad call. But the moment wasn't a lie, it was just a bad call or the right call.
Yeah, there's a mistake.
Right,
There's a lie. That's different things. But,
yeah.
But you'd be insinuating that like they're on the take and they know that they're making a bad call, which
Uh-huh.
possibly is
Right.
true.
Like-
Right.
But is that considered a lie?
yeah, you lied.
Make a song top of the hour, right call that should have been a ball. I bet,
Then you're on
You were dishonest.
but is it a thing?
me right
Look
now.
it up in the dictionary. I mean, I don't know.
It's a lie.
All right, I don't know. Hey, anyway, we'll be back kicking off hour number 2 right after.
Oh my goodness, it's a lie.
Koch came off the
I
rails.
mean, he wouldn't even let. He doesn't trust our ability to talk about a subject
I do.
tastefully.
Strippers is-
Hey, they're trying to put, meat on the table. I'm not, no shade. You know?
Oh, it'd be very
Oh,
difficult.
you can.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like there's so, but I hadn't even thought about strippers. That's why I was curious. Where were you?
Yeah, feel free now to talk
You-
about it.
How many people are going to go to a club if they can't say they weren't at a stripper?
So I was thinking about the actual stripper. she's
probably,
gonna lie
they
about
probably lie to all their friends and family about what they do on the
True.
weekends.
But
Yeah.
my mind went somewhere else. I was like, she's just dancing. She's not lying. She's not lying. But I see what you're
It's
saying.
not really sick.
Miss Cinnamon to
It's
you.
not really cinnamon.
I would be
And-
Miss
But if
Cinnamon.
Monty's faithfulness at the mall would go out of business, that was not offensive towards the mall at all.
Right.
You're gonna have a lot less,
Yeah.
spending.
See, trust us. And let us roll.
There's nothing against the mall.
Because-
But then I was like, don't say that on the air.
But yeah, okay, so they would lie to their, it'd be like a Varsity Blues situation when they go in and they see.
Yeah.
Alright, so Josh's mom.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be over here.
Right there.
Stand next to your-
No.
I didn't think that was like offensive at all.
It makes
So when I
sense.
said it, you about fell out of
I
your
know.
chair. No, it was saying.
Which is- when Clay and I first started dating, I would be like, the joke now is, how much did you spend?
Yeah.
Because I'd say, oh, I went and did a little shopping. Good morning.